It's a new day. Where you at? I'm trying to do things. I've been waiting. I've been patient. I don't wanna have to say it. I don't wanna have to say I gotta have it. I don't wanna ask, I want it automatic. Ever since you had it, let's not make it a habit. Yeah. So you know you're
I like the
fanatic.
video.
Let's not take it
Like
for
all her
granted.
shit together got that like one angle, kind of like stationary, like tripod shot.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Only live once, so wanna stay here for the weekend? Why not just go off the deep end? Why not just do what you're feeling, babe? Yeah, give me a couple releases. Feeling for you as a reset. You know just what I've been needing. I know what you like, and I know I can provide that. Let's not waste no time. I know we can't get no time back. Finish and get right back. Leave it and get right back. Leave it and get right back.
Check, check.
Yo, yo.
We live, Johnny. Let me get this mic situated right.
Only live once.
Just to let y'all know, this is a Johnny P recommendation.
Yeah, Jackson Martin, go check it out. I'm a fan. Like I said, I found it a couple weeks ago. I've been rocking.
Yeah.
I've been rocking this, the last take, mine, that reassurance joint. I like her. She got a nice little pin game. The aesthetics are there for sure.
The aesthetics. What do you mean by that?
the aesthetic. You seen the video? It's a nice video.
Yeah, I seen it. I was really more just listening to like how she sounded. I don't really be looking at aesthetics like that. What you mean by that?
Yeah, the aesthetics there. It's a good look. Good visuals.
Nice little pretty face.
Good visuals. That too.
Oh, you meant something else?
Okay. That too.
Okay then. All right. So it's Johnny P. It's Q. I don't know what we calling this. Is this a first listen live? Is this like a pre-show? A watch party?
Pre-show, watch party, first listen live.
It's something.
I like first listen live.
First listen live.
That sound alright.
Word. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that's kind of been ranking off for me right on time. When it comes down to music, I don't know. Matter of fact, we can start it off with this. What if you had a go-to 2000s record? It's on the spot right now.
2000s
record.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, 2000s. So we got game night coming to y'all this coming Saturday. 2000s thing. I don't know, Johnny. If you had if I was to ask you, 2000s, what's a go-to record for you? What you got for me?
I got a lot that come to mind.
It's super hard. It's crazy that I said
like,
a record.
A lot that come. Well, I'm trying to figure out situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out situation. Cause I got one song I want to play, which I'm pretty sure would light up a lot of parties, but it might not do every party. So I'm not gonna say that one. But what I will go with, which I think would be a decent one, give me for just all around party. Give me Nelly Ride With Me. I think that encapsulates. Southern Hospitality is another good one, by the way. That's another good one. It's a bunch though. Shit.
Where they at?
You wanna go and take a ride with me? Dream living in the phone with the goatees.
Hey. We got someone in the chat yet? I ain't even been checking.
I could take on 18 with an attitude. Niggas better acting real rude.
Hey, talk to us, chat. What y'all want to hear? Y'all got some requests? I think we got a couple in here looking. What's happening?
Tell us something.
Who y'all got for this game, y'all? Game 7. We got Boston. We got the Heat. Johnny, where was you at when you watched Game 6?
6, I was at the crib, me and Pop.
Okay.
You
said you couldn't believe it? It was like a dream?
Well, I had kind of laid down
Mhm.
because I was tired, and then I woke back up right last couple minutes, and I was still, in and out, like trying to push through it.
Yeah.
Trying to push through it, and then I saw a missed the shot, so I was like, oh yeah, it's over.
Mhm.
And then like 10, 15 minutes later, I kind of like came to and was like, wait a minute, they lost that game. like they lost. That shit crazy. So yeah, it was just that's a classic historic game. It's gonna be one of them ones we'll be looking back 10, 15.
Nah, for sure. Because what's
years.
underestimated is the fact Jimmy got two, like he made all 3 of them free throws. Like the clutch to that is crazy.
Like that's GOAT shit. Like
it
to walk down like
and that's why I was like, damn,
on the
like,
line to like and do that. And like they had won the game, like and they had like you could almost see like they like after that like you kind of
especially after the Marcus Smart shot rimmed out. It's like, and then you got Marcus Smart taking it. So you like, all right, cool.
We won that.
All right, cool.
We won that. We kept Tatum off the ball.
Yeah, even Brown, but we won that. But yeah, I don't know. I was
that boy Shrew should have. You gotta watch the inbound though.
Yeah.
Always, because that boy White, he cut like that was a nasty
inbound
nasty
and
cut to the basket. That's a nasty cut. You always gotta, watch that inbounder. So I think Shrews. I understand because he was helping, but like, if that's you gotta always watch that inbounder though. Like, and and boy, it might cost him a championship run.
Very
at
much
least
so.
A trip to a championship.
Because again, Jimmy did it. Hey, you know what else happened? Oh man. All right, so I came out of like semi-retirement right this weekend, and I was coaching down in Atlanta. It was Adidas tournament, Junior 3 SSB. It was some decent little groups out there. They had from middle school all the way up to high school. So speaking of NBA, Scottie Pippen definitely walked by. When I thought it could be, well, I guess, and one thing about like when you inside these basketball environments, it normalizes tall. So like Scottie didn't seem that tall. I was like, I figured he'd be a little taller than that, but everybody tall when you at a basketball tournament. You know what I mean? Especially like when you're talking about like a shoe brand tournament. So I seen him. First thing I thought was like, damn, how the hell he break his arm? I didn't even know he broke his arm because he had his shit inside like one of them like cast sling shits, and his elbow was like out here. Shit looked crazy. And then I was like, bro, why the hell he say that shit? Like that damn that Jordan.
I already know where you're going with this. You trying to say my man was off the
had to be.
My man was off the PKs when he was saying that, man. You say he was high as a mechanic.
Had to be.
He said my man was off them perk 30s when he said that shit, bro.
Had to be.
Off them perk 30s. I was going, hey, I mean, the motherfucker Mike does not like Jordan, bro. Because I mean,
it seemed like that's what. And the funny thing is that Jordan only like gives him like the highest praise. That's the weird thing. It's like he almost letting the internet get to him.
Yeah, we gotta understand Jordan's son piping his ex-wife too. That man.
No, I get that too.
A lot. I mean,
and to me, like that's when you should already know. I can't really throw a shot at bro, because if I do, it's gonna look like I'm salty because Junior piping my wife. Like when you start saying shit like he was a horrible player.
I had him and the kids at the house.
It's crazy.
He's just a horrible person.
Yeah, nah, that was crazy. He said he was a horrible player prior to him getting there.
like horrible ruin it. Not as like arguing who's better between LeBron. That's one thing. Saying Michael is horrible
It's crazy.
is a totally different fucking thing. Then they had the
And you know, the
meme
year before,
with him with the shoe. He was pointing to the shoe, talking about
oh yeah,
come back,
he did definitely do that.
come
Help! That's what he was yelling. Help!
help me. This is not a drill. Help
Help
me.
me! Right, and that be the crazy thing. Is like, you know, the year before he got there, Jordan won the scoring title, Defensive Player of the Year, and was MVP of the league in his third year. That's all I'm like. Can you imagine being called a horrible player after you done did that?
I mean, horrible. He meant horrible person.
That's not what he said. He said horrible
Man,
player.
you saw his elbow, man. Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone, bro. I want to give him a grade because that's a crazy statement he made.
It was crazy.
Look crazy. Like, let's be fucking for real.
Right.
Let's be fucking for real. So I want to give him grade because I don't want to argue like stupid shit.
It is stupid shit.
Like let's not even like. And I don't want that to take the LeBron Jordan argument just because somebody say a wild like let's not.
Oh, he was trying to make because he was like LeBron statistically. It's like what? We ain't even gonna get into that because we can go off the edge.
Let's not let that.
But I do want to just make sure.
Fucking ruin the case that we've laid. You know,
it's not really y'all. I don't think y'all really have a case. But besides that, like if you just think like Jordan is only 3 years older than him, right? He only played in the league 3 years prior to him. His first year, he won Rookie of the Year. Averaged like 30 almost. Second year, broke his foot like the second game. Came back for the playoffs and put up like 40 in 3 games against the Celtics.
Boston, yeah.
And then his third year, he won Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, scoring champ, slam dunk champion. Like, what's the bar to be a good player then?
I said we're not gonna argue. Like come on, what are we like?
Okay.
Like, come on.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Like, ain't nobody. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and argue that Jordan.
All right,
like, I'm not falling for
all
that
right.
trap.
All
I'm
right.
not falling for that one.
Gotcha.
No sir, Bob. No sirree, Bob.
I don't know. You want to go with your memes first, Johnny, or you want me to tap in?
Go with some of yours. I don't know. Yeah, go with some of yours. What we?
I'll introduce this one. I ended up having like a really interesting conversation with a person over this. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, your reaction. Is the sound off? I don't know what's happening.
You gotta click it in the corner, probably.
That ain't a prize. That's a participation trophy.
I hate that nigga too. Just to let y'all know in advance, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my hate out early. He gotta be the most. I don't know if pick me is a thing for men, but he gotta be Mr. Pick Me if it's a thing for men.
Yeah,
Annoying, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Like he be
And I be paying attention to the women that retweet him.
How are you a prize if you only allow one man to compete for it? As soon as you meet a man you like, you allow only him to run the race for your heart. And you call yourself a prize. That ain't a prize. That's a participation trophy. It ain't a prize. Sometimes what you got to say is, until I find a man worthy to earn my exclusivity, I am dating other people and let the best man win. That's because I'm a prize. I'm awarded to the person that finishes the race, that proves to be the most valuable, the most ready. Not because I meet one person and I allow him to run the race by himself, because at that point, he can take his time, can't he? He can choose to take breaks. He can sit down because he know nobody else is running. If you want me, earn me. Because if he thinks that you're supposed to take yourself off the dating market simply because he likes you, but he's not ready to actually step up and be a husband or a boyfriend, and that you're supposed to keep him as your only option, no. Tell him my heart is not a participation trophy, it is a prize. How are you a prize if you only allow one man to compete for it? As soon as you meet a man you...
What you think about that, Johnny?
Oh, what up, Taj?
You hopping in this or you chilling? We can give you some headphones. I don't know. Oh no, you could be right here off camera. It's up to you.
Off cam
We just
time.
doing some quick reactions. Um, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Get
what
some headphone. Toss to them headphones right there. I think we got the three-way splitter. Yeah. We got the first lady of the pod here. She's gonna give us some some feminine perspective to this. Um, we'll just swing the mic back and forth. Uh,
I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on that. Like, it's
let I want Taj to
yeah,
go
because
listen
he's
first.
speaking to more to women too.
Yeah.
Like, you allow only him to run the race for your. How are you a prize if you only allow one man to compete for it? As soon as you meet a man you
How
like,
y'all
you
feel, chat?
allow
Talk to
only
me.
him to run the race for your heart. And you call yourself a prize. That ain't a prize, that's a participation trophy. It ain't a prize. Sometimes what you gotta say is, until I find a man worthy to earn my exclusivity, I am dating other people and let the best man win. That's because I'm a prize. I'm awarded to the person that finishes the race, that proves to be the most valuable, the most ready. Not because I meet one person and I allow him to run the race by himself, because at that point, he can take his time, can't he? He can choose to take breaks. He can sit down because he know nobody else is running. If you want me, earn me. Because if he thinks that you're supposed to take yourself off the dating market simply because he likes you, but he's not ready to actually step up and be a husband or a boyfriend, and that you're supposed to keep him as your only option, no. Tell him my heart is not a participation trophy, it is a prize. How are you a prize if you only allow one man to compete for it?
We haven't talked yet. I don't know, Johnny. You want to go first?
I mean, it makes sense, but it's I'm kind of nervous about because it sounds like he's saying like go out and be like promiscuous to prove your worth. And it's like you don't necessarily have to do that. But I
Mm-hmm.
also understand about dating and not, you know, giving your all to one person before. But I think exclusivity, even with who you're giving yourself to or even giving your time to, is important. Because if you just out entertaining
Everybody.
everybody, that kind of lowers your worth too. Even if you don't want to go around and just associating with any and everybody just because you got the option to.
Right. To me, when I heard this, it reminded me of like the grass is always greener syndrome almost. In which I think that like depending on what stage of dating you're at, this could be good advice, this could be horrible advice. And also depending on the time frame. So I think that if you're talking about like when you're just now about to like start vetting partners, you shouldn't just go one at a time. I imagine you're probably gonna go out on multiple dates and then eventually over like a time period of like 2 or 3 months or so, 4 months maybe, you're going to like zero in on who you want to talk to. I also imagine if you still are talking to like the same multiple people after 4 or 5 months, and you can't make a decision, you probably should shuffle the deck. That's what I would guess, because nobody's kind of stood out. But I also think that the promotion of like, hey, you always need to, in what I've heard it as is like don't keep all your eggs in one basket, is like the thing that social media almost pushes to where it leads to so many unhappy single people.
Right.
Because it's always chasing the greener grass, as I was saying. And now you're trying to build a Frankenstein in which like you're trying to piece together all these different little amazing pieces of every 10 people that you're talking to make one person, and then that's not a reality. Um, and to me, like that's the unhealthy part. And like, it sounds good because he's yelling it and shit like that. But really, if you're telling women that seriously dating to always keep up other people just sitting there and make sure everybody's competing, to me, I don't know. Like that just seems like a really weird message if it's intentionality of like actually figuring out if I like this person. Um, I don't know. Mama Taj, what you got?
Not Mama Taj. But no, I do agree with you on the time frame of which this is this information is being implemented, because I do feel like in the beginning, obviously you should date around and figure out who you like. But I also feel like at a point in time, like you mentioned, 3 to 4 months, I feel like if you haven't really found the person that you like, it could also be because you're splitting your time between so many different people. So therefore, they're also feeling like, well, dang, she's not really invested in me. I'm gonna go do elsewhere. You're not gonna get my full attention because you haven't really made that effort for me. So I kind of feel like it's one of those things that in the beginning, if you're dating around and figure out who you like, be very open about that. Like, hey, I'm dating multiple people. This is kind of what it is. Just want to be upfront with you. That way, that person doesn't like get their expectations up too high, thinking like, oh, this person's gonna automatically be with me, right? So if you're dating around, cool. But at a point in time, if you are dating with intention of being in a relationship, being married, or whatever it is, you have to at some point make a decision. And obviously, everybody that you're talking to isn't going to be competing for your attention, because their attention might be elsewhere. So with that being said, like, you may or may not have a person that stick out, and if the person doesn't, then shuffle the deck. But then if you keep doing this over and over and you're not getting the outcome that you're looking for, then maybe you need to try a different strategy.
Right. No, I agree.
Can I?
I got a question for y'all real quick before we move off of this.
Let me.
Oh, go
I
ahead,
want
Johnny.
to ask one too, cause this remind me, and it's kind of not the same, but it's in a similar breath. And it was something I was wanting to talk about it, but we pivoting a little bit, so
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up. But I saw it was a meme, and I forgot to save it, and that's why I want to bring it up, because I didn't send it to the group. But it said if a dude got 7 baby mamas, why would you go have your first baby and be his eighth? But I just thought, but we live in a society where
That's
like
that Newton word right there. I like that. You the way you say society.
wait, but
Yeah.
but we live like but what's pushed to us from
Hmm.
like such a young age
Yeah.
is just through like media, like new, it's just sex.
Mm.
And like they push like sexual liberation and being able to, have your bro talking about dating all these options, and they talk about,
Hmm.
having your, you know, sexual freedom. But but we push that so much to the point where like on the back end we end up with like all these issues, and then we want to be judgmental about, oh, why would you, have be sign up to be a nigga's eighth baby mama. But we live in a society where sex is so dominant, and so it's such a important factor to a lot of relationships. If he just does that, that's a good, why wouldn't you? And you see people do make them decisions all the time. But yeah, that's all. Yeah.
To me, I feel like that would be one of those things that I personally would consider a red flag. You have 8 kids, 8 baby mamas, or however many kids you have with these
Yeah,
eight
yeah, yeah.
women, right? And you never committed to either one of them. Like, you've never actually taken that official step to say, hey, I want to be with you. So what is it with that guy to where I would want to invest my time and possibly be another child's mom on his list of many? Like, I personally wouldn't do that, because to me that just seems like a red flag. Like, you just want to be out here doing whatever you want to do. And realistically, with that many kids, and if it's like, multiple different women, you can't really give each household the attention that they need. You can't really be there for the child the way that I would want someone to be there for my child,
But
right?
what makes all those women skip those red flags though? Like what is
So
like
it
like
could be like that.
Be a hell of a nigga.
It could
it
be that
got to
thing.
be.
No,
Got
so
to
like it could be that thing that people always talk
Bunch
about
of
when they
money, look really
compare
attractive.
Russell and Future. They say Russell's like the corny one, but reality, when you look at it, like, it seems like to me Future's the irresponsible one, and Russell's the more responsible, stable person. Future has multiple different women, but because he's popular and out there, and it's like women gravitates towards him, it could be one of those things where it's like, oh, he got all these women gravitating towards him. That attracts me. Like, multiple people want him, so I want him too. Whereas opposed to you going with a guy that doesn't have any children, or like very minimal, it's kind of like, nah, it don't seem like people really want him, but I want the guy that gets all the attention. It could be something like that,
But no, I think
but for
it's
me, that's a red flag.
no,
I say
yeah,
don't do
because
it.
this high level stuff. So I get that, but a lot of people, the that's a red flag, but that popularity is also like a green flag to like a
Hmm.
lot of people. Oh,
Because people are
he's
drawn to
lit.
status.
He's lit. So and well, it's because of how it's based on what your values are
That's
and
true
what you
too.
grew up on. If you're a person that's been heavily influenced by what's the portrayal of black people in media, then a lot of what we consider red flags, you might look at that and be, oh, that's a green flag. Oh, I'm gonna go and be his eighth baby mama. And it comes, it's like a lot of stuff, like even with the guns, how when I was talking to you about, we have toy guns, but then we get mad at a society that we got like all this gun violence, and we the most, but we literally give our kids guns to play with from a young age, and then we wonder how we got so much gun violence in America.
Right.
It's a lot of things I've been noticing about like what our true, what our real, what we say our real values are, and like
What
how
the
we
action
and
actually
how
is.
we actually are living. They don't necessarily like match up. Like here's another one, like gender reveals. This one for the left, like gender reveal. We're in a space where like
Go ahead and make that, and then I got another point.
gender's like this very sensitive subject to where people are saying that, but at the same time gender reveals are at the all-time high.
Right. I was. I think you hit on the thing that I had this thought early when I was in the shower, and I was just thinking like, damn. It's not like a joking manner, like, damn, we F around and get canceled for a gender reveal.
Like you right.
Like, should be saying he, she, but who are we to determine the baby sex?
Hell yeah. Get that motherfucker a mic when he come out. Hey, little baby, what you want to be?
Fuck that dick or vagina. What the fuck you want to
Hey,
be?
little baby, what you trying to be? But no, I mean, and like that's just one on the left side. But I mean, even like on the Republican side, the motherfuckers will talk about protest and they mad because people ran into the Target and did that, but then they won't say nothing when motherfuckers run into the Capitol building. And it's 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 endemic, cognitive dissonance on like a
Dissonance, yeah.
dissidence on a mass scale for like our society. It's like, damn, bro. It's like I know we ain't all this stupid, but we all keep on
Oh
falling
fuck.
for the games, just falling for the rat trap.
Yeah.
Consciousness or something like that.
Um.
Everybody starts to think the same and do the same.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're talking about hive mind, but Ty, I was talking to you. I gave this example when we was in Georgia this weekend. It was based off of something we had listened to when we was riding up. But it deals exactly with what he said, with like our personal bias with the thing that we watch. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, it was the guy. He was talking about like the real plot of I Am Legend, like the book, in which I think that that's kind of what we live inside now, where I think the real plot of I Am Legend, the book, as he explained it, and it made a lot of sense, is that like for the the guy, the main character, he looked at himself as like he was the last man on earth, and he was killing all of the vampires or whatever they were to survive, right? And like that's what he was doing, and he felt like he was doing the right thing because he was a human first, and da 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 da. But then, I mean, I guess all of the vampires, they actually had some level of like real consciousness to them, and they looked at him as the villain.
Like the last one left. Like we
Like,
gotta
well,
get
he's killing a bunch of them,
right.
and like, so like they ended up bringing him to trial, and like he came to like that realization of like, even though I see myself as a hero, to them I'm the villain.
Right.
And I think that that is pretty much us in everything right now. Is that each side thinks that they are the hero, and that they can't be the villain, and that like their way is the only absolute way of like right.
Any of this, yeah.
But the reality is that two things can be true at the same time.
Yep.
And you can listen to a very rational liberal and a very rational conservative argument about the same exact thing and be like, I get it. To where the reality is that there's not really a villain inside this thing. It just depends on which side you're standing on and what your perspective, which side you're standing on. And I think most people don't have the ability to step back, remove emotion, and see it as that.
But most people don't have like you gotta think about it. Like the things that we disagree on are so minute and like there's so many things that we can agree. Even like when I'm selling like when I'm selling a car or something, I might
Mm-hmm.
be with a racist motherfucker, and there's things that we came up, we disagree on, and you feel this way, I feel that way. Cool, I get that. There's also all these other things that we talk about and feel the exact same way
Right.
about, and we can focus on those, and our relationship be based off what we do have in common instead of like what we don't, and then that's how you be able to understand to be like, oh, well, maybe I was the villain in this point, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
if you looked at it from this point of view. But if you're not even willing to like find common ground and shit that you do agree on with people, there's no way you're gonna ever understand
And this is
like
what
the other side of that.
this is what I tend to try to do is that immediately when I hear or see or whatever a thing, I start with the assumption that nobody's evil and nobody's doing anything with like evil intent. And so then I want to understand each side before I come to like my in like perspective of whatever said thing is. Um and for me that's like one of the more important things that really be intentional about because of I think one of the main things that we end up doing is like demonizing the other, like whatever a thing is, and think that maybe a person or a perspective is not operating inside a rational way. In which, again, like 9 times out of 10, like of course there is like certain things that like niggas are just being assholes, or like you can quote unquote classify under like exploitation and evil, but more times than not, it ends up being a space where oh I can see the other side.
I was
Oh, I get it.
I was thinking about that too. About like that's why they like the way the political system is set up. That's why they have to have black people like so tied to the Democrats and the liberal perspective, and then because that way it makes it to where like even if somebody on the right side, if we agree with them, or if they disagree with us, it's like automatic racism because it's like, oh yeah, all you black people are, liberals, and y'all think this way, and it becomes a group think
Mm-hmm.
to where like if politically we're known to vote 100%, 90% with Democrats. When a Republicans disagree with us, they can just automatically go there, and then it just makes it way harder to come back to that middle ground because everything is, based on racism, just arbitrarily, just based on where the black people have been aligned. We were aligned with liberals, so anytime like a conservative says something,
Mm-hmm.
it can be viewed as racism because it's against what we believe in as black people.
Yeah, nah. I
And that's
guess
the
my
dangerous spot to be in.
yeah. I guess my last little button on somewhat this conversation. It was interesting over last week. I think my mother had called. My mother watched all our shows, and she had just finished watching our last episode. And I forget what the last topic of the day was when we was. It was something that kind of got into the liberal conservative thing
Uh-huh.
or whatever. And she's speaking about like she's like, well, I got an opinion, but I ain't really gonna say. But I kind of like got her opinion out of it a little bit. In which like hearing like just kind of going through and picking a brain of like some of that cognitive dissonance when it comes down to like what oh yeah, it was your topic, um the accountability that we place upon like actors, entertainers, XYZ, and the people, and then the accountability that we place upon like the real people that make change, and making sure that we actually hold them accountable, who is again in mass as black people, we vote for Republican. I mean, not Republican,
Democrat,
Democrats.
yeah.
So like it kind of lends itself on that lens. But I don't know, Johnny. I want to throw to you. I went to this meme. I can't really see it, but I think that you could probably talk through it, or you can go to whatever meme you want. You got
Oh
hands
no,
on controllers.
this is a good one. Uh, and I can't really read it either. It say, why did the prisoner choose the bread instead of the key? And if you know the answer, you're a philosopher. Uh,
Okay.
but I think that's and the reason I put
Mm.
that in there is it's kind of similar to the cognitive dissonance we talking about as far as like as black people a lot of time we choose like when you're hungry, when you're starving, you can't make the most rational decision. You're only making decisions based off that hunger. And so when you see that food there, that's going to immediately feel that
Oh
hunger. You'll
shit.
worry about that freedom later. once I get food. But the smart, the rational thing to do is get that freedom, and then you have all the time in the world to think. And I don't know if that's the answer, but when I
That
saw
sounds
that,
like the
that's
exact answer. It
that's
probably took me a second to get there.
that's where I
But
immediately came,
yeah,
to about that. And I really, to me, most things when I see it, if it's a deep thing, I try to position it to where like I understand it through like my blackness, or like through black people and our struggle, and you see a lot of that where sometimes you take the fish instead of learning how to fish.
yeah.
You take the fish sandwich instead of like the fishing pole, because
Mhm. Mhm.
it's gonna feed you that day, and you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be full.
I
But
don't know, Todd. Do you have a different perspective of how you read this?
Well, I can't really see the caption, but when I looked at the photo, I immediately thought about like people who are content with their current situation instead of trying to strive for something else. So if you see like the guys are already like locked up, so or behind bars, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay. They're going for the bread. The bread is like the temporary satisfaction. It's like, all right, I'm cool here. I know what this is, whatever. But then that key might be scary because they're like, damn, I don't know what really happens once I leave here and what that could look like. So I'm gonna go for something that I'm used to, that I'm content with, that I know, instead of trying to go for something else. That's when I first just looked at it, that's immediately what popped in my mind. I don't think that's the answer, but that's what I thought.
Nah, I think both of y'all got really great answers. And yeah, I don't specifically have an answer to it. I like both of y'all answers, and I think that I'm cool with piggybacking off of both of y'all's. I think that it probably lies somewhere between both of those, where you hit the creature comfort part, which kind of still like blends itself into what Johnny was saying, um, in which like freedom is uncomfortable, but like that instant gratification and satisfaction that comes with like getting that thing that you already know. Like I'm hungry, all right, I can eat some bread,
I'm
but
hungry.
like
That's food. I'm gonna be full.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the real like you hear this with a lot of like people and prisoners that are getting reacclimated to society,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that like they'll fuck around and try and commit a crime just so they
Insti-
can go back to what they're comfortable with.
institutionalized. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, again, to what you were saying, I think that you kind of you hit it hard too. Um,
But no,
I don't know.
I
Give us something else, Johnny.
thought that was a cool one. I don't know who did this one.
Hit that.
Date guys who don't have as much as them because they can be lazy, they can mistreat a guy, they can do whatever they want to do, and they can be the shitty person that they are because they know that guy won't go anywhere because he can't go anywhere, and they do underhanded things to keep this guy boxed in. They drain you so much with drama, they drain you so much with gaslighting and nitpicking so that you don't even have the energy to get anywhere else financially. You understand what I'm saying? And then also women, a lot of the times the apartment being their name, and so every time you get into it, they kicking you out, they throwing your shit outside, they putting you out the car, all type of shit, just damaging you emotionally. You see what I'm saying? And again, this one only goes for men who don't really have their shit together. That's why it's important that you have your shit together, so you don't have to deal with shit like this. A lot of women date guys who don't have as much as them because they can be lazy, they can mistreat a guy, they can do whatever they want to do,
Just
and
cook
they
it.
can be
Yeah.
the
Huh? Oh
She
no, I
said,
can't. I can't see it. The camera in the way.
"Oh no," she said that old head send you this.
Oh nah. This the Saver Bro podcast.
That's funny. Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, shout out to Real. What I will say is Modern Men up one today.
I ain't get that one.
Oh, cause like yeah, we can explain it. I don't think it's important. Um, but
I wanted the key too.
no, all right. So in a
Nah,
sense of like I think all men should do everything around the house and be real handy.
oh yeah.
And
Okay.
sometimes shit go wrong.
Oh yeah. Nah. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Shout out Rel, Big Relly. You said you do. All right, I'm gonna let you take off first.
So him saying that most women date down and they do it because everything that he described to me is an insecurity. If I have to date someone who doesn't have as much in order for me to have leverage in that relationship, that's an insecurity.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you don't have your stuff together, your credit is bad. I'm only dating you so that I know you need me so much you're not going anywhere. That's the same conversation that men are having. Well, these quote unquote high value men are having, saying that they date women from like the gas station or Target or whatever, right? You date someone who doesn't have their stuff together so that in turn they need you. That's really what he just described. And yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, I think that happens though because
Yeah, no,
like
I do think it does happen. I've heard it, but I don't think it's majority of women. But I
no,
have
no,
heard
oh
women
yeah.
do that. But like I said, I feel like it stems from a place of insecurity
But I think what it is, I
and
think
control.
ain't shit motherfuckers attract ain't shit motherfuckers.
That is true
I
too.
think it's like
That's the answer.
that's a ain't shit man, and he get a woman who got her insecurities and she ain't got her confidence together and stuff, and so it's a it's just a bond there, but it's based on like
Yeah.
kind of it's that's where like toxic toxic relations because it's a bond based on like what's it called codependence or something. I think that's what it's called. It's like a
Yeah, and I
codependence.
think that there's a big difference between let me see how I can frame this. Like a woman dating a guy who makes less than her and she respects them, and a guy who is still a really solid dude and like he's dating a woman that might make more, but he you know
He
what I mean, still
he
has
doing
like
his
value
thing.
to who
Yeah.
he is. And like a man that's looking to exploit a woman that makes more and a woman that's looking to exploit a man that makes more. Or a woman that makes less, should I say. Um, and I think that what you was talking about is like when you get the two positive charges for like toxicity, when both of them are hitting each end,
Yeah.
and you have like shorty that's looking for a codependent that she could treat wrong, and homeboy he's looking for a woman he can
They
you know what I
they
mean,
looking
be a
for
what they call it, a homeless sexual.
hobosexual.
Yeah, yeah, hobosexual. With and then like you gonna put yourself in that situation. I don't think that women in general. Or I'll say this: I haven't seen a bunch of women who make more than their men, but are like their man is still doing what needs to be done. In the sense of like, let me see how I can frame it. Like he still has a solid job. He's still, you know what I mean, like contributing
He on his
inside like
shit.
a positive factor. And he's still like a good human being. Um, and like they're just like going crazy. Um, Typically that's not what I have personally seen. I've seen that or I've heard that. Actually haven't seen it. And this goes back to my earlier, or yeah, I guess earlier point of choose your not target demographic, your not echo chamber. What did I call it? Your selection bias. Because of like most of the couples and people that I be around, like they're all kind of like doing good enough to where, and everybody's kind of like contributing to where I don't really hear these stories like that. So like the stories that I do hear be like third hand or fourth hand stories that being regurgitated to an extent. Um, but yeah, like when I have heard these stories from like other people and friends, it typically comes from a guy that's trying to get over on Shorty, and Shorty ain't fucking with it after a while. Um, yeah, that's typically what I've heard. I don't know.
No, I mean, usually when it's like that toxic relationship, it's two people looking for
Mm-hmm.
a weaker
Mm-hmm.
partner that they can take advantage of whatever they consider taking advantage is. So some people it might be, having a house. Some people it might be, I get to tell this motherfucker where to go and
Mm-hmm.
what time to be in. I think so. Yeah. So for the woman, her taking advantage might be I let him live here, but I hey you got to be here. I get to control him. I get
Mm-hmm.
to see where he's sleeping at every night. So
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to worry about what he doing when I ain't there. I get to see where he's sleeping at. For bro, it's like hey I mess with her. I'm get a place to sleep at every night. So it's, everybody looking to take it, get over on the next. And that's
All right, so Johnny, you pulled this flat Earth shit up for a
It's
reason.
just funny to me, bro. I just think it's fucking hilarious, bro.
It says, "What flat earthers see on a clear day." Johnny crazy. Johnny crazy.
I just like to troll the boys. I just like to.
What else you got for us, Johnny?
I don't know what this is.
Uh-oh.
Black people. When the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired. This is why in our culture as black people,
Thoughts?
I don't know. That's a lot. Kind of taking one. I just hate when people talk like that. Like that. That was the first thing. Is that like it's like that older generation way of like trying to like talk and say shit. I don't know. The idea that mothers destroy their sons by promoting insecurities in them, is that like a real thing? I don't know. I feel like usually don't mothers like coddle their sons and mask their insecurities?
I mean, I think just like how like you would say with women, you hear the term daddy issues. I think there's a lot of dudes who grow up that have mommy
But do the mothers
issues.
talk down on this? Like I guess
I
I've
mean,
always heard of like mothers babying the sons more than anything.
I don't know. I mean, there are mean. I have seen mean like moms. Like I ain't gonna say all moms, but yeah, for the
Oh, of
most
course
part, yeah,
not all, but
yeah.
like
But for the
even
most
if I
part,
look at
yeah,
like my family and like the short, I feel like with my younger brothers, if anything, I think that my mother probably like coddled them or
coddled them.
babied them a little bit more.
But I mean, I think both could be true too, though. I think women could. I think mothers can be coddlers too, and also like
And very,
yeah,
because
say
I
those
think that that's more
words.
with like mothers and daughters
Yeah,
almost,
but
to
I
where
think
like they kind of like, you know what I mean, twisting that
vicious.
finger.
But I think those words don't like. I think I don't know, but I mean, I think there are mothers that can like coddle almost to a point of like
Oh no, and I agree. And if he was making that point, I would for sure agree. Like
yeah,
if you're coddling them to where like they are somewhat rendered helpless inside the real world because they haven't been
right,
able to be exposed to like real things,
right.
I do agree with that.
Oh,
I
so
see
maybe
that even with
that's
my
where I could
son
see.
sometimes with his mother, where and again like she does a great job and amazing, um, but I think that one thing that I see is that sometimes she grew up as like a girl in the inside like as a woman, and a woman like it's a lot more sheltering that happens when you're growing up.
Yeah,
And that's not specifically the way you raise sons, where like you kind of got to let them bump and bruise and just walk around a little bit and give them a little bit more autonomy of like. But I could also understand if you grew up only in a house where you was the only girl and you was kind of like protected, then that's probably gonna be the way that you raise it. You're gonna, you know what I mean, try to raise your kids because of
yeah.
that's what you knew.
That's all I
Um,
knew.
but yeah, like when it comes down to like talking down, I don't know. I don't necessarily see that as much. Taj, I don't know. What do you think?
Um, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. Like, I'm really not too sure. Like, it's not something that I can say I've actually seen. I do know that some men who have had parental issues have come from like the father not being there or them feeling abandoned by their father. And then, in turn, that kind of puts their mom in a situation to where, they have to do everything and the kid feels like the mom wasn't able to be there for them in that way. But I personally haven't necessarily in my life seen a mother talk to her child to the point where she just completely destroys him
Yeah,
in his
yeah, no,
upbringing.
yeah.
So I can't really speak to that. I mean, Iyanla has lived a longer life than I have, so she's probably seen a lot more. But I can't
Oh yeah,
say that I've
no.
seen that.
I ain't necessarily agree with that one either. I just
Yeah, I
thought.
also just hate how she talked. I
Start
agree
from
with
the
her last
internet.
point
What
though.
products went platinum in your granny house? Let's begin. Comment. Platinum. White diamonds. Platinum. Vaseline. Diamond. Royal Dance cookies. Platinum.
Yes.
You just bought
Yes.
forever. Extra virgin olive oil Pompeian. Triple diamond. Queen Helene.
This though,
platinum.
that
Strawberry candy.
Yeah.
Them right there.
yeah.
This clock. I thought my grandma was the only one that
I
had
ain't
Hey,
had
my
that.
people got
Grandma
that one
did
too.
This picture. Platinum.
I remember that one.
Diamond. We only bought one of these. Platinum. It stayed forever.
Yep.
Platinum.
That green alcohol.
I ain't had that
Platinum.
one. Yes, had
This
that. though.
house dress. Diamond.
I
Platinum.
got some
Vicks.
of that right now.
Gold.
Went
Vapor
with it.
rub. Platinum. Werther's. Platinum. Ginger ale is medicine. Platinum. Precious moments. Platinum. This pot she still has to this
It's
day.
down there right now.
Skin so soft. I can smell it even now. I saw it on the internet. What products went platinum in your granny house? Let's begin. Comment. Platinum.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I had the skin so soft, but a lot of what he hit on, boy. That cocoa butter wasn't no
Cocoa
joke, boy.
butter went crazy.
You know, I love a chapter in the book, being married to a disruptor.
Yeah.
Right, I'm married and be married just one day, maybe.
But you know what? Yeah, it's coming. Pastor, it's coming. I feel it.
Let's pray. Let us pray.
Put a hand on it.
Dear God. Dear God.
Oh, so she's pretty much taking
He's
Angela's
coming on
spot, man.
100. He's coming on 100. Not 100.
Right.
Can you have a successful marriage to a person who's a disruptor?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You just both
disruptive.
can't be disruptive at the same time.
Mm.
Somebody's got to support. Somebody's got to be disruptive. Somebody's got to stabilize the home while somebody's moving forward. You have to have each other's back. But I think you have to understand. My wife, in the book I talk about, we were in this little house and we had this black and white fireplace with painted bricks over veneered bricks, and I was sitting on the couch, which had a log up under it because it only had 3 legs on it. We had it covered it with a bedspread. We broke, but it was normal. And I got him, told her, I said, you know what, if I take this fireplace down and have it bricked across the front of it, it would be amazing. And she said, yeah, I can see that. I said, good. I got up and I went to the car and got a crowbar and started ripping off the mountain. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm tearing it down because I'm going to rebuild it. You can't rebuild what you won't tear down. I knew if I tore it down, I would rebuild it. I'd have to rebuild it because I'm not going to leave it like that. She knew she was married to a lunatic. That's when she found out he's a disruptor. I tore it down to create space to build something better. Disruptive thinking is about tearing down what was normal to create something that is better. And I think now is the moment. The critical urgency of right now, while the country's trying to figure itself out, the world is trying to figure itself out, politics is trying to fix it, the universe is trying to figure out you. Figure out you. Don't be sitting up watching 24-hour news cycles about stuff you can't do anything about.
Yeah.
Figure out you. Move your agenda forward.
You know, I love a chapter in the book, being married to a disruptor.
I ain't got no thoughts on that. I would just say, amen.
No, I think that was good. Again, I always have to like first remind myself that you gotta listen even though you don't like how they talk. I don't know. It'd be something about like them older people. I gotta figure out what my thing is about
Well,
listening to older people.
that's that
That's
church
what
talk.
yeah,
That's that pulpit talk.
yeah, and I'm sure that that's a part of it. Though, like the gems that he dropped was amazing. To tear it down, so I knew that I would build something better. I think that that's like it is a metaphor for life for sure. And I do also agree that it is important to be a disruptor. I also think that the point of like having 2 disruptive people can work is just a matter of like you both can't be disrupting at the same time because that's when you have real conflict and real issues. But having a woman that challenges you and pushes you towards like betterness, especially like when it comes down to like pointing out like some faults and flaws. I think that's good because you never become a better person if that person doesn't disrupt your normal habits. And like vice versa. Like I think that Yeah, disruptive. I'm pro disruptive thinking for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Ty, you got something? Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. Where you want to go with it, Johnny? I feel like you said you had a John Morant take you wanted to get off.
I clicked the meme right there.
Okay.
Uh, they're saying he lost 39 million right there because of the supermax.
Mm.
And that shit's subjective because that's up to the voters anyway. You got to get voted All NBA to be eligible
And
for
which I
that.
also like. I'm gonna let you get it off, but I heard Kendrick Perkins say it, and I'm gonna call him a cornball for it. But I think in general, right? If you are judging a player's performance based off the court shit, you shouldn't be a voter because that's not literally what the NBA is. The NBA is about what you did in the game, and when you line the stats up, he's all NBA. There's no way that he is passed under the sixth best player in the league. And if he's played enough games and his stats say it, fuck what you feel about him.
That's the
Because
only
of the
thing.
thing
It's the
is
number
like
of games.
what Kendrick also tried to pull early in the season was that race card. About I forget what it was, and unfortunately, JJ Redick called him out about it. Oh, it was the MVP race with Embiid and Jokic, and he was like, "But the white voters and da 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 da," but we know why Embiid ain't get it. I mean, Jokic actually kind of been done proved why he should have won it.
Yeah, you can't use that against Jokic.
Right, but the thing is that if white voters was saying that about Ja, you would be up in an uproar. You would feel some kind of way because of they're basing it off of like nothing that has to do with actual NBA shit. Like what his performance was. If Allen Iverson didn't win that MVP because they didn't fuck with him and like his whole
Braids.
right, or whoever else you want to do, you'll be mad. But the fact that you're judging a player based off the court shit when his stats and attributes literally say it, I think that's cornball behavior. And you don't deserve a vote. That's my opinion. But my bad. You say John Morant.
Big dog. Big dog perk, man. You gave one the big perk.
You had to, man. I'm sorry.
Big perk 30 done got one.
Yeah.
Big perk 30
I'm
done
sorry.
got one.
I
But
said
hey,
I got to get me a little basketball, little show because I be having opinions.
perk 30 done got one. But hey, like I say, hey, voters did, I'm
And
not
Perk be on the circuit. Hey, listen, we give ourselves an even group. I can outcoach Perk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember this weekend that I can actually like coach.
call that man out, put the teams up, tell that man get his squad.
Nah, like my group didn't do the best, but I was able to kind of remind myself like the things that I actually do fuck with and like. Especially if I actually had a time to prepare a group. Like because all it is it's a mental game of chess, and then you got to like relearn like your strategies and things that you have to have on your checklist. And yeah, nah, Perk, I'd outcoach him.
Coach him. Hey, sound like a challenge, Perk. He gonna be on the circuit. Catch my boy.
Yeah.
Catch my boy. But I want to say we owe Ja an apology, cause Nike went ahead with the release minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes
Okay.
and guess what? Guess what talk more than anything? Them numbers.
Okay.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Mm-hmm.
That man went out and put numbers, and that's my boy Stephen A was saying. That's what they care about more than anything. Cause like they when they say detrimental, they talking about their bottom line being detrimental to the bottom line. Cause they don't care about the black community and the image that it portrays or how damaging it is to us. They care about how damaging it is to that bottom line. And Ja, if he can portray that image and still not negatively affect the bottom line, then you have to apologize. And the NBA not gonna have an issue with that because he's doing what they want him to do is make money. And people don't care about guns and none of that stuff. They care about money. And that's what it was all about to begin with. They ain't care about, they care about him being detrimental and him might costing the NBA money. So this, to me, I think it just kind of proves that a lot of the uproar was for naught because he still is a very valuable asset to Nike and the NBA. He's still worth a lot. He's still gonna sell a lot of tickets, and that bottom line, he's a needle mover when it comes to that bottom line net worth.
Hmm.
That's just my thing. I
I
think
guess
he proves.
it's like it's an interesting positioning of the point. owing him an apology for it. I don't know. I
Well, I
guess.
don't know if
I
I
guess.
don't know we owe him an apology, but I think he's proved why
See,
the uproar was maybe for not.
well, I don't know if I stand on that line. I think that when I hear detrimental to the league, I think that the image problem. That like say inside like the '90s or '80s that they was trying to fight when it was like it was a bunch of cokeheads and shit like that. In the '90s it was like they implemented the dress code because it was thugs and shit. In essence, the detrimental means like being safe for conservative white families to come spend them big dollars with them, right? And
Well, but
I
they
think
were doing that because they were trying to sell more tickets.
oh no,
Also,
not for sure.
they were
And
actively trying to gain. Right now, they have gained that market share to where it's a little different outlook on it.
and right, and in which if we're saying that, then I guess I can somewhat agree with you. Um, and yeah, okay. I guess if that's what you're saying, detriment. Hmm, hmm. Okay. As I unpacked it a little bit, I think that that's a fair point. Um, yeah. I'll just I guess I'll leave it at that. I feel like I had another opposing thought. I can't really kind of grab it right now.
That's all I had. I just just thought I saw he sold out in minutes. I was like, sheesh.
Oh, but no,
That's
all right. That's what I was saying. Last week was that also them doing this right now is only going to make him more popular.
yeah,
Like Allen Iverson,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
thing is that like the bad boy, quote unquote, is always going to be like the coolest motherfucker.
yeah.
Um,
And
and
maybe
that's
it
why
seems
it's
like
more.
they might have did it on purpose a little bit.
Well, I don't know, but and that's why I said last week. I think it's more important to figure out how they can get him to kind of like move the needle towards being like a more positive role model for kids because of no matter what they do, he's going like the further you make him a negative image, the more popular he's going to become.
Oh yeah,
Like that, like you're going to have like a worse like intended outcome because of the reality is that kids love dumb shit and negatives. That's why NBA YoungBoy. That's why we love Jeezy and we
TikTok.
had the snowman tees and shit, and they banned it because of like we was wearing T-shirts that represented selling coke, but that shit was the cool shit because it was a rebel type scenario. Um, Same difference with Ja. Like his image and what it represents is rebellion, and like you want the niggas that influence culture, which is the cool badass kids like to grab on to something, it's gonna be Ja now and then. That's that nigga that's doing the shit that all my favorite rappers are doing. Any in the league, any got suspended, any gonna come back,
But I think that's a
and he's gonna
personal thing though. Like I think that's a
explain.
personal question amongst Ja. I don't think that's anything like the NBA or Nike, can do. I think that's a personal thing with like Ja has to make that decision to be like, what kind of role model am I gonna be? Because I know.
Right, but what I'm saying is that the NBA going the route that they're going of like we're going to suspend him at half season. Like you only gonna make that you gonna make his next album go platinum.
Platinum, triple, quadruple platinum.
Yeah, if you
Like,
understand the metaphor. Yeah.
yeah, like yeah. Nah, I mean, but maybe that's why they came. Them boys smart.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could have been. Some of these marketing plays be very intricate and
Mhm.
long and drawn out.
Mhm.
So I mean, it could have just been like a whole, little deal with the NBA. I know they in cahoots. That shit.
Mhm.
Even him getting in trouble and people talking about it help their value. Help their net worth. The more they get on the internet and the Google searches, and just grows their value. So,
Right.
um, that's what I was gonna say. Especially like a lot of them black people.
Mm.
The Kwame Browns and shit.
I fuck with Kwame. Back
Talking,
and forth.
but I'm saying, but you was talking crazy to this man.
Which one?
Or a lot of black people. It wasn't just Kwame, but they were talking crazy
Oh, okay,
about
I
him
got you.
like
My bad. I
fucking.
think you was talking about the recent Kwame shit.
Yeah,
But I
nah,
got you.
just fucking up the bag, but like not
Mhm.
knowing this might have been a long play for even bigger bag.
Well, I don't
And
know that.
well, we don't
But
know that, but like
I don't want to like promote the dumb shit. Like I do think he was doing dumb shit.
yeah, I'm not saying that, but like we gotta watch how like what kind of tone we gonna have with a motherfucker, just
Right,
being
depending on like what outcome you want to get.
right. Yeah,
And I agree
I
with that.
guess, yeah. I mean, and like I say, this a person. I think him being a positive role model, like especially for black kids, is that's a personal decision for him. He gonna have to make that decision and be like, I want to, watch my actions because I know I can influence these kids. So I think, and who knows what kind of person he is. That's to be seen.
Facts.
But that's gonna come down to like character and what he got on the inside. So we'll figure that out later. But
No, I feel it.
bro, worth the bag. He worth his weight in gold.
Mm.
So you can't even be
He
mad
only
at that
want he
man.
about 150. He ain't
Man might be worth more than his weight in gold. Honestly.
right. I don't know, Ty. I know you be on your the let me see the manosphere, female female. How might you say that?
No, not Femisphere.
Femisphere. I don't know. I don't know what have the ladies been talking about lately inside the like the female podcast conversation space. Um,
Or the group chat. What the group chat?
or what the group chat
No group chat. But the podcasts I listen to they talk about a multitude of things. So like I listen to the Friend Zone and I listen to See the Thing Is.
Right. So what's something that struck you recently?
Something they talked about. I don't know. What was the last episode I listened to? And I also listen to a lot of true crime. So
I like that shit too. One thing I will say I've seen from a lot of women I think women are learning to be better friends to each other. Like I think like through this space I see like, and I ain't gonna say like because even my mom has had like friends since she was in first grade, and so this always been there. But I feel like with a lot of like the podcast talk, I think there's a lot of like.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I feel like there's a lot of like space where women are like kind of unpack a lot of stuff and how to like be better friends towards that.
There's actually this YouTube podcast that I watch, and it's two younger Black girls. I think they're like mid-20s, but it's called To My Sisters Podcast. And I remember they were unpacking the relationship between like the younger generation and then the aunties of the family, and how that has always been like some type of clash between those two generations. And they had, both perspectives on both ends. One girl was saying, it could be because the auntie had lived her life wrong, so now she's trying to like overcorrect and get you to be on the right path that she wish she would have taken. And then a part of it could also be the fact that they don't understand that you're growing into a woman and you have your own thoughts and can make your own decisions. So it was like them trying to overcorrect and do that can also come off wrong to the younger girl because it's like, yo, you lived your life. Let me live mine. Let me make my decisions. Don't live through me. But I really do like them. I think those two young ladies are based in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, I really like listening to them. They have some really good perspective just when it comes to the dynamics between women and relationships, because their whole thing is growing and glowing as a community. So they're only talking about women and like, interpersonal relationships that they have with each other and things like that and how that looks. But I do like them a lot.
I like it. I like it. My bad. I was multitasking for a second. Um, but I don't know. You said that you had didn't you just say you had a question, or you've been hearing something in the women's sphere?
No, that was I said
Oh,
about
that
them
was
being
it.
friends. Yeah,
Okay.
like I feel like I've seen women try to work better at like
Oh yeah.
long standing because like been it's a red flag for me, a woman who can't have good friends, don't or that change friend groups every couple of years.
Or if you say that you can't be friends with women, what about
Yeah,
that?
that too. Yeah, that too. That's a big red flag.
Okay.
This reminds me of an episode I listened to of The Friend Zone, and they were talking about as an adult, making sure that as an adult, she was asking, are your friends more disposable or your relationship? Like based on like who are you quicker to X out based on who crosses you? Is it the person that your partner or your friend? And so some people are like, oh, it's my partner. And then some people are like, oh, no, it's my friend because my partner needs to stay. So they were actually talking about like what that looks like. And she was saying that, regardless of if it's a partner or a friend, it's both relationships that you still have to water and groom because they're two important people in your life. So why would you want to X one out over the other?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a either or, cause that's
No, it
tough.
was just a question.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a philosophical type question, cause like I don't know what the right answer would
Oh no,
be.
there was no right answer. She was
Yeah,
asking based off of like your relationships and what your patterns from the past. What have you noticed that you've done
you've
more?
done. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
have you crossed out? Have you cut
Friends.
off your partners quicker than your friends, or your friends quicker than your partner?
Oh
And
yeah,
so they
no,
were
it's,
like talking through what that looked like
yeah.
and why, and things like that. So that just reminded me of you saying the relationship dynamics. Even though it's your friendship, it's still an actual relationship that you have to foster and care for.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, yeah. I think like I think guys are, I think it's just everybody. I think with as much toxicity that's on the internet, there are good spaces too. Where like there's good conversations, healthy, conversations and growth and evolution amongst society, people, relationships,
Society.
all of that. I do think it's I think there is a lot of good out there too. I think everything is balance and equilibrium. So as much toxicity, we can focus on that, but I think there's just as much good shit out there on the internet too, and positive shit too. So I don't know. We got the two best words in sports.
What's that?
Game 7.
Game 7. Mm. uh,
The
it
two
is.
best words in sports.
It's up and it's stuck, huh?
Oh yeah, Game 7.
All right, so Johnny, let's turn it up. So we said this is Game 7. Heat, Celtics.
I
We
pre-
got Jason Tatum,
I predicted Celtics going to
Jalen
the
Brown.
finals too.
We got the guy that's going bald? That look like he a mulatto. Hey, real quick sidebar. My mother made a funny comment. She say AAU sports is turning into a mixed kid. No, she say AAU is turning into a mixed kid sport, and that's true. Ain't nothing but the mulattoes out there.
Bro, I seen some Asian boy out there getting work. I seen a 7-foot Asian AAU boy getting work.
Yeah,
I be seeing all kind of like
yeah.
different like ethnicity you wouldn't expect.
All the new kids, we're gonna see an influx of the mulattoes, boy. I'm telling you. See it.
Well, that's called
Them white women marrying for jeans now.
that's called the
Oh my bad. They breeding for jeans
That's
now.
called the browning of America.
Yeah.
Like niggas gonna start like white people are gonna like start going, but black people are also gonna get like less and less dark also. Like people don't talk about that aspect of it too. Where like dark skinned niggas is gonna like
Y'all gonna fade out?
nah, we gonna be
You
like a
gonna be a
diamond in the
novelty.
rough. Yeah, this dark skin shit. This dark skin shit. That's why they out here kidnapping dark skinned motherfuckers. But this melanin worth like 2,000 an ounce or something.
Okay then.
This melanin worth like 2,000 an ounce.
Yeah.
I gotta watch.
Yeah.
I gotta watch my back. I'm not just anybody. I got to watch my back. I'm not just anybody.
Oh shit. Nah, I feel it. Okay.
But nah, that's what I mean. It's gonna happen. It's like just like white people get mad because like America gonna get browner and like that white shit go. This dark skin shit gonna kind of go out the window too a little bit because you start hitting all these different flavors and shit. Bro, them kids gonna be light skinned as hell.
All right, hey, Johnny. Johnny said he gonna have some Senegal kids.
Nah. I like that East African, that Ethiopian, that Eritrean.
Oh nah, those the ones they forehead start back there.
They do got big heads, but they be pretty.
Yeah,
They do got big old foreheads
Eritreans,
though.
Ethiopians, they ain't black though.
They're
You
head
black.
buster.
You West African.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely West African.
West African.
Ivory Coast, baby.
Yeah, you
Ivory
Senegal.
Coast, yeah.
Young boy. There you go, Derek White. That boy.
Yeah, bro.
King Mulatto. Hairline start behind the headband. Anywhere in it like it's LeBron.
They be giving bro hell. They be giving bro hell.
Yeah.
He hit the big shot. But hey, I'm gonna tell you, I predicted the Celtics to be here though.
Yeah.
You know, my pick was Lakers Celtics. The Western Conference ain't work out.
Oh, so you you want Celtics to win, so you can feel like you somewhat right.
Yeah.
But the fact that you thought that he would have that they might have went the Lakers just shows that you was a biased fan.
I said I was biased.
Okay.
Like I even said, like I thought about it and I was like, I'm gonna go with the biased answer. So my biased answer was wrong, but my non-biased was right. Hopefully it'll be right, you know. But I said I was being biased. I couldn't get on. I can't get on camera and not put on for my team. Like I mean, come on now. I put on for my squad every time.
Wait till I get that thing over there.
Who that light skinned boy?
Hey, if you was to say that this is a player in the NBA, who would you say?
Either that's up who. Hold up.
Come on now. Bruce Leroy.
Who the fuck is that?
Catching bullets with his teeth? I say, who's the master? Sure enough.
I don't know who that be in the NBA.
He play on the Lakers.
He play on the Lakers.
Yeah. And he was killing these playoffs. Bruce Leroy was killing these playoffs.
Hachimura?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Oh shit. You ain't gotta do my man like that, bro. God damn.
Let me see if this even a thing.
Hey, you couldn't even get nobody else.
Rui. I don't even know how to spell that nigga name.
It's R-U-I.
Hachimura. Bruce Leroy. He even got the little curl to his head too.
He do got the curl. That's the fucked up part.
I like that for him. Look at Rui. Fresh off the boat. All right, I'm done. Let me not go there. All right, chat. How y'all feeling, man? I see we still got a couple people watching.
We gonna get canceled talking about boats and shit.
Yeah. They saying Jimmy Butler is he's turning people onto the idea of the will to win, which is kind of like a weird thing that for some reason people didn't think was a thing. I seen Ryan Davis was recently talking about it. Damn, I should have just sent that to the chat. We could have talked about that. But he was saying that Jimmy Butler is making him believe in the idea of the will to win that they talked about inside High Reverence with Michael Jordan. And he didn't believe it because he's a LeBron fan. And that's also sad because it's like, as LeBron fans, y'all are admitting that LeBron doesn't have a will to win, so you don't believe it, which is also crazy.
See, like,
crazy.
I don't know who said that, but that's dumb as hell. Like,
it's Ryan Davis.
That's not a good
Oh shit! Hey, let's do I want to do a quick music reaction. We getting close to tap out time.
Yeah, the game better start.
But
hit this restroom real quick. You pull it up real quick.
It's already up, my boy. It's right here. Come on. We got 3 minutes, and then we tapping out. Johnny said he yeah.
Drink got me.
Hey, I've been feeling like fuck whoever. Niggas don't understand my pain, I can't trust you never. This shit feeling like an ugly sweater. I'ma wear it cause I got to, ain't got nothing better.
Yeah.
I remember when that hunger left me.
Yeah.
I remember when it came back, made me something special. All I need is my Uncle Extras.
Yeah.
And a brand new trap, fuck around, run for mayor. Shit, I ain't never ever ran from Nathan. Beat and took a nigga spot, still don't feel complacent. Mask on, walk around faceless. Hold an angle with that chop on the corner, shoot his ass adjacent.
Yeah.
Shoot his ass with Jason.
Let's go, Sada.
That boy, hey, talk to him.
Yeah. Let me go back a little bit.
From Nathan. Beat and took a nigga spot, still don't feel complacent. Mask on, walk around faceless. Hold an angle with that chop on the corner, shoot his ass adjacent. Hold on. Let me get back. I ain't used to this, you heard me? Come on, hold on. Brown paper bag, back to basics. Still a pull up in the jogger suit off the Asics. You gon' need a shield, I'll drop you like it's Apex. I can't never spend no time on a fake bitch. Better wear a latex, cause you gon' want that latex. Then I think I'm latex from a hoe who ain't shit. Break up, then makeup, give her facelift. I'm trying to fuck her while it's soft, cause I hate quitting. I be feeling like
That's one right there.
He ain't quitting.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
fucking with his
Hey,
soft.
hey, lady, that's what hey.
Talk to him, Johnny.
That's but nigga,
ISO.
But nigga do that. That's a real nigga, and that's love right there. He ain't gonna give up.
Hitting it with the gummy worm.
He ain't gonna give up on your ass. He ain't gonna give up on your ass. He in there for the long run. He ain't gonna give up on your ass. Nigga say he hate quitting.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like every guy's been there, right? Where you got to decide like, do I just keep pumping with the gummy or?
Cause that's for her, not me. This one.
But maybe she not even enjoying it.
That's
Should I just tap out?
You gotta check in.
Oh, okay.
Gotta do your check in. It's communication.
You gotta make your jaw hurt now. That's what he said. All right.
you gon' want that latex. Then I think I'm latex from a hoe who ain't shit. Break up, then makeup, give her facelift. I'm trying to fuck her while it's soft, cause I hate quitting. I've been feeling like fuck whoever. Niggas don't understand my pain, I can't trust you never. This shit feeling like an ugly sweater.
What up?
I'ma wear it cause I got to, ain't got nothing better. I remember when that hunger left me. Remember when it came back, made me something special. All I need is my uncle extras.
What else?
And a brand new trap, fuck around, run for mayor. Still drink water with my nail, hit the bay and make your daughter grab my bricks from out of Dago. Ain't no bargain, I don't barter, you can't borrow what I pay folks. Ain't like Dragon Ball, scoop a bar, I get your face broke, nigga, listen. Big bang cannon, may I. You ain't I mix me two attacks to leak your brains out. They always beat me taking off the jacket cause it stay hot. You know the beat stagnant when I bring them K's out. Get this shit going, somebody gon' drop. Get this shit going, somebody gon' die. Get this shit going, somebody gon' last. Somebody gon' try to flip the script right in front of your ass.
Yeah.
It's not my hustle, I'm here with the Russell.
Yeah.
Put up to the I just about my hustle, I'm here with the Russell. Put up to the pergola and drop the triple double.
Yeah.
First one, I'ma put it on hold.
Yeah.
Go broke, I beat up that road. Yes, I got a gift, nigga, ho.
Yeah.
Nigga, I got the jacket on, cause it's cold.
What up?
Boy, that's 10,000, nigga, it cannot fall. Ain't got a lot of streets, but my record's really sold.
Nigga, that's 10,000. That bitch can't fold. Let's go.
I got a gift,
What up?
nigga, I got the jacket on, cause it's cold.
What up?
Boy, that's 10,000, nigga, it cannot fall. Ain't got a lot of streets, but my record's really sold.
Yeah.
I know you see me trying to crack the code. I be in a 213 like I live in that bitch. Bitch, I'm really from the V. I bought a crib in that bitch.
What
Ain't
up?
got a crib, but your owner got a crib on your wrist. Some niggas only live because they live with they
Woo!
cheese, guns, weed,
What else?
jewelry, clothes,
What else?
whips, hoes.
What else?
How many times I gotta hit that? I know it's some tension in the air. I gotta clear that. I ain't trying to be with nobody.
Hold on, bro. I gotta make it to the pergola, bro. That's a different vibe out there, right there, dog. I gotta make a trip out to Cali just to go to the pergola.
that seemed like
Nigga, that's enjoyment. That's fun.
that seemed like this shit like you know how you like stumble across it, you be like, damn, this shit gonna be like that, and then like 10 years later it's like that. I feel like one of them, you know, you heard it here first, like gems that you still got a chance to go tap in too early.
Yeah, man. My nigga Russell.
Whips. How many times I gotta hit that? I know it's some tension in the air, I gotta clear that.
What up?
I ain't trying to be with nobody, I'm just speaking the truth. The shoe fit, if it feel like I'm speaking it. Bitch, I made it through the storm without a look in the roof. Wanna see a monster? Come peek in the booth. Bitch, I'm 20 songs, I look what a weekend would do. So why the fuck would I ever spend a weekend with you? SFO, OAK, home, LAX, JFK, gone, 25, forward set. On, going deep. What I mean, I do not fuck with coke.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that nigga Lil Russell, bruh. That's my dog.
Man, he a gem, bro.
Yeah.
He like a gem for like.
Yeah.
He a rapper's rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He make you want to go do it.
Mhm.
Like he inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
He like, man, you know what?
And he be having a good ass time while doing it.
Yeah, it's like
That's the thing. That's the infectious
it's
part.
fun. Yeah,
It's just fun.
It's fun.
Like I feel like when I was a rapper, sometimes I might make you sad. That nigga's always just making you happy. It's just like good times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Even when it's sad shit, he'll spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's
like
just
it's like, but yeah, he is a high energy, like
Yeah.
a real high energy, and it's like, what he been around like a year or two since like a year and a half.
talking about like since he popped
Yeah,
or like
since he really popped, like niggas really heard about him. It ain't been that long.
Nah, maybe a year.
Yeah, it ain't really been that long. But bro,
And to be
fire.
truthful, most niggas ain't really on him yet.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Not really on.
A couple people might know that. Go get that bag. Go get that bag.
Yeah.
That shit. But nah, Lil Russell, you one of them ones, man. We fuck with you. Fuck with the whole movement. I like the whole like
fuck with you
way that
heavy
you
over
flipping
here.
it with the whole ability as a consumer to invest in you and the strategies in which you're like looking to do to disrupt the system. We talked about disruptors earlier. And
yeah.
like that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be a disruptor. He had a bar in there and said, my streams might not be the craziest, but my record still sold. Because he's getting
literally.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing, and he's building it all off the strength of that shit. And I think that's fire too. And he's doing it at his mama house.
Fire.
When you selling out your mama house, you built the pergola, built the little stadium in there, and the neighbors fuck with you.
Yeah, like I mean the shit, like he got a roof. But rain can't even stop that shit.
Fact though.
Well, they got a roof, bro. Like that's what I really knew. Like, bro, committed. Like when you put the roof up there, like bro, rain, sleep, shine.
Mm-hmm.
We performing.
It's a vibe.
We performing. Pull up.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. I don't know. I don't think I got anything else. Game 7 predictions. What you got, Johnny?
Celtics by 6.
Celtics by 6. And what is it? TD Garden
at home.
I'm riding Jimmy.
Give me 6.5. Give me 6.5. I'll do
Celtics Jimmy for 40, and he gonna talk shit to Grant Williams. Hey, shout out to Grant Williams, my dog from the crib. Went to Providence Day, Charlotte kid.
He actually been balling, bro. He actually done kept them in there, and like, yeah, they won that game, but like, Jimmy ain't really been played like it's been going the Celtics way mostly since Grant started talking shit to him. Honestly.
And I went, cause it's gonna like shit talk gonna be at a premium today, cause everybody gonna try and get their last laugh off. Al Horford might fuck around and hit the again.
Somebody gonna
or Jimmy gonna talk, boy. So I'm ready, man.
No, it's gonna be lit.
Like I said, I got Jimmy dropping 40. Heat win. Game. Like I like the Cinderella.
They going on the road.
I like the Cinderella.
They going on the road.
It ain't never happened.
Jimmy like that.
Like that. He the real dog. I don't trust Tatum when it count. I'm gonna be honest.
Himmy buckets.
I don't trust Tatum when it count. That nigga be folding like cardboard. I got some boxes out there that's sturdier than Jimmy.
Ooh.
I mean, not Jimmy. My bad. I said that wrong. I got some boxes out there sturdier than Tatum.
Tatum, boy. Sheesh.
That's all I'm saying.
You say, boy,
cardboard.
A U-Haul box.
Cardboard.
Wet cardboard.
Right. When it count, that motherfucker folding, boy. How long it took him to make a shot in the fourth quarter?
Hey, I mean,
How many games was that?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad. All right. I'm
Hey,
talking too
I
loud.
ain't no Tatum fan.
My bad.
I ain't no Tatum fan. I just got to win it today.
I
I
don't
just got to
know.
win it. I'm cheering for. I'm cheering for
I'm
history.
rooting against all mulattoes. My bad. What you say?
I'm cheering.
He look
for.
like his daddy. My bad. What I'm saying?
Ooh, call Dr. Umar. Call Umar. Ding with the bell. The bell
Hey,
go
Chad,
off.
I'm joking. I was saying that he looked like his daddy short. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, okay, but I'm going for history.
What else?
I'm just going for that's it. History. It ain't never been done. It's gonna happen one day. Why not 2 days?
And we got a couple in the chat. Who y'all got? Before we tap out, let us know who y'all got.
Who they talking about?
Who y'all got? Try to find out. Game 7. I think the game has started a little bit, but yeah, talk to us. We in here. Like I said, I got Jimmy going for 40, big buckets. I think Tatum gonna fold under pressure. He better hope Jaylen Brown. I'm glad Jaylen Brown got the braids. He was looking like Hey Arnold for a while. Hey Arnold. Hey Jaylen.
And I mean, damn, what? Hey,
Where what's homegirl name? Helga?
Helga Pataki.
Yeah. What Pataki at?
Pataki.
Put Pataki on that.
That motherfucker was a rider, bro. That motherfucker was a rider, bro.
Talk to me.
You need a Helga in your life, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
Hey Arnold, just man, bro, just like he had the ride or die. Cause they need to have a by Arnold where they grow up and and she bad.
I wish I had white friends, cause I'd shoot it. If I had white friends, I shoot by Arnold.
And then bro trying to get at her.
Yeah, I gotta find a white friend with like a weird head. Hey, before we tap out, game night, Saturday, 2000s. I heard we got what a $50 gift card.
Best costume.
Bring
them out. Bring them out.
Man.
Bring them out.
I think it's gonna be great. I think we might be live streaming it. There might be a little vibe in itself too. As long as Tone can hold us down, I think we're gonna have some extra help behind the counter.
Shoot, I can help with that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we got that.
Okay.
We got that.
Okay. It'd be a nice little occasion. I think I ain't even gonna get into that. But yeah, it's gonna be a great day. So make sure y'all tap in with us.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta bounce back. We took some L's last game night that I was unaccustomed to. So
what L's you took? Oh, talking about with the games?
Yeah, man.
Well, I heard. I'm from what I understand. I think we gonna have you a Jeopardy boy.
We can do Jeopardy.
You a Jeopardy boy.
I
heard.
I gotta get Alex. I gotta get the Jenga back. I gotta get Jenga back. That's must.
I heard we had a Jeopardy game moving.
Yeah, we do.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I love Jeopardy.
Yeah. And we doing Heads Up 2000s.
The little medical game. Was that 2000?
Operation. Yeah. Where with Buzz, you had to shut. That was one of my, it was Operation, I think.
But was it 2000?
I don't know. That was probably.
That was like 2000s kind of. I mean, I played it. I probably played it in both decades. To tell you the truth,
I think we should.
Operation
I like active games though. Like how like last one we was doing like the flip cups and different things.
Cause you gotta get
my
that
bad,
little.
I'm shut up.
You gotta get that little wishbone out, bro. That was the hardest one.
That whatever card game Shorty whatchamacallit the brother has. I think that'd be something that we probably need to get. Hey, listen, y'all getting a sneak peek behind the scenes. You feel me?
That was
but we going Jeopardy. We got a couple of them. I heard. Listen, this is all I'm gonna say. A contractor don't let me down. Gonna have a nice little fence act up now. All right. I might try and fuck y'all over. And hey, Taj, what's the name of that game again? When you throw it, I always forget every time.
Hacky sack?
Huh? No.
Cornhole. Yeah, I don't know why.
Listen, I'm a crazy cornhole bull.
Stop, bro.
Crazy cornhole.
You getting white, bro. It's like, come on, stop. Like I'm nice
Crazy,
with it. I'm
crazy
nice with it.
can't.
Bro, we've been playing cornhole since.
Listen, I got footage from the weekend.
Bro, I'm from South
I got
Carolina.
footage from the weekend.
I'm from South
I
Carolina,
got
bro.
footage from the weekend. That's all I'm saying. I'm a crazy
Bro,
cornhole
Bro,
boy.
I've
That's
been at
all
the
I'm saying.
I've been at the bonfire playing
Taking
cornhole.
L's. It don't count if you did it and you lost, bro.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
you ain't nobody take, man. I got a list.
Crazy
I
cornhole
got a
boy.
cornhole list.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
I got a hit list. You know, victims, bodies.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm like King Von with the cornhole.
Victims, bodies. What else? Bitches, hobbies. What else? Snitches, robberies. What else? I don't know. White people, hockey. I don't know. That one round too?
Hockey. What do white people play? The cross.
Mm,
That's a white ass sport.
the cross. Balls. What else?
Soccer, but black people play soccer in other countries. Just not here.
Yeah. All right, we out, y'all. This is the hybrid between the To Be Fair show, the first listen, the pre-show. This is that old school first listen, Johnny and Q with some side commentary from Big Taj. Yeah, To Be Fair show coming next week. Game night coming next week.
Like,
Johnny,
comment, subscribe.
Johnny moving cars all next week.
All next week.
Yeah.
Come down and see about us.
Q making them web. Well, no, I'm not. Hey, big birthday next week.
Oh yeah.
I actually wanted to get into the bag with that.
Oh yeah.
I was mad about that.
And happy early birthday to my dog, Big 36.
Yeah.
From me to the boy To Be Fair show.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, more life to my man.
Yes,
We
sir.
go live it up, not whole another year,
Yep.
more life, more success, more dreams and abundance, all that good shit, man. So I'm glad to see you here, man, and be doing it with you, bro. So
Yep. And like
I
that,
appreciate you, man. We out.
we out.